Good morning, friends. So this is I'm on my way to the pool now, and I wanted to make a quick video about why I do triathlon and why I'm interested in like cycling and running and swimming and stuff, and kind of how I got started with it. So I guess I'll start with that. I got started with triathlon because in high school I didn't really do many sports in high school, and my junior year I did track, and then like senior year I did cross country and track, and I did distance in both of them, and I did distance events and stuff in track, and then the cross country crowd was pretty much the same thing. And since I never did any sports, I got like pretty bad shin splints, and so I started cycling on like an old steel bike at that point, and it was just like an old bike that I had pulled out of my garage. And so I had been cycling and I had been running, and then when I got to college I met some guys who were into triathlon, and they kind of taught me how to swim. And then I did my first triathlon, which was like a mini distance triathlon, probably like a few weeks after I had learned how to swim, so that was fun. But yeah, it's just like I've been doing it now for like 4 years, because I just graduated from college a little while ago, and it's been a lot of fun. I mean, I think that like it really suits me. I mean, because you're really just like competing against yourself, and you just want to, like you're just trying to get from point A to point B really quick. There's no like hand-eye coordination really, which is kind of my thing, because I'm not very good at like, catching and throwing sports. But yeah, triathlon is just a lot of fun. I mean, I really like cycling and really like running, and swimming's cool too. It's not my favorite, but it's kind of growing on me. I go back and forth with swimming. But yeah, it's fun. It's a fun community, and it's kind of like a lifelong sport, and you can stay fit with it and kind of just compete at all kinds of different levels. And I think that like anybody can do triathlon, really. I never really would have thought of myself as a triathlete until I did that mini distance, and even then, I mean, I didn't even really think of myself as one. But I think that it's also maybe called like a super sprint if you're looking into it. But a mini distance triathlon is very like accessible. I think you don't need to be like have all kinds of gear and stuff, and it's just I think it's like something like a 200 or 300 meter swim in a lake, and then like a 7-mile bike, and then maybe like a 2-mile run or something. It's very, very attainable, and if you have a background in like any one of those things, and if you can like at least float in water, then I think that you should give it a shot, because it's just kind of fun to like go to the events, and everyone's like really nice. And hey, what's up, friends? So just to like kind of continue where I was, I think my last footage was pretty noisy, so I'm just gonna try and recap it. But I think I was just talking about like how with triathlon, like I think it is really attainable, and you might like show up at these races, and you'll definitely see, if you do get into it, you'll definitely see like people will go kind of nuts on the gear. I mean, you really can spend a lot of money on gear if you want to, but that's not really necessary. I mean, like I knew this couple back in Ohio who they really just focus on putting their money into the food they ate, and then the destination, like the races they went to. They bought like all their gear secondhand if they could, and they just trained really hard, and they were really, really great triathletes. They were really fast, and you don't need to spend all this money on all this stuff. So I guess like keep that in mind if that's something that's kind of weighing on you. I mean, like, swimming and cycling are maybe the two most expensive, because if you want to like swim consistently, you got to get like some kind of gym membership. And cycling, I mean, I guess like you do have to have a bike if you don't already. But when I showed up to my first triathlon, like I just had this old steel bike, and I mean, it was really nothing special. I just pulled it out of my parents' garage, and like for the swim, I had been swimming for like a week before that, so I didn't even have any like jammers. I wore compression shorts, honestly, for my first triathlon. So I mean, eventually I got a jammer, but that's like only like, you don't really have to spend much on those either. That's like $40, and then like a pair of goggles, that's like 20, and then you can probably get, well, you'll probably get a cap for free from like the race, or you can just like probably buy one for like $10 or something. So yeah, it really doesn't have to be, you don't really have to spend a lot of money on it. And if you're not like crazy serious about it, you can do it pretty casually, and you really don't have to like spend tons of time with it if you just want to do it to stay fit. Just go and like maybe like run a couple times a week, or hit the pool once a week, or go on a bike ride on the weekends. Or if you like commute to work on a bike, that could be some training for you. So I just really like triathlon because it kind of encompasses 3 sports that I do enjoy, and the community is great, and it's really just about pushing yourself and seeing what you can get out of your body, and like how much you want to like compete against yourself, and seeing to how you can improve yourself over your lifetime, because triathlon really, I think, is like a good lifetime sport, and I mean, I get passed by old dudes all the time on the bike during triathlon. So yeah, I really think it's easier to get into than people think. I mean, I think people hear the word triathlon and they just kind of get like freaked out, but it's really not that bad. And everyone you meet at the event is going to be super nice. And if you're thinking about it, I think you should do it. I think you should find a local event and just give it a shot and see how you like it. And if it's not for you, that's fine. But there's 3 other sports that you can get out of it. So, yeah, that's why I'm interested in triathlon. That's why I like it, and that's why I train for it. And I think it's just fun to do. And that's that. So that's this video. And yeah, maybe I'll probably post a video in the future just about like maybe like how I train, or what events I have coming up that I'm trying to do. But that's all for this one. So thanks for watching. Bye.